Jackie O'Neill, Director of Magical Mondays with Marathon Community Theater. Welcome to our very first video show. Enjoy! Uh-oh. But please, first help us look for our missing treasurer. Has anyone seen Brian Whitty?
If only I brought a book with me into the life raft. Or if life rafts just came equipped with books. Not that I'm blaming you, Raph. You did an excellent job getting to this island. But it would have been nice to have some reading material. It would have been like having a dialogue with someone instead of just an endless soliloquy. You're a great listener though, Raph. You too, Rocky. I worry I might be getting on your nerves sometimes. You can't live with someone for 584 days and not bother them occasionally, right? Like Raph. You do leak a little bit. Not a lot. I don't mind it most of the time. Really, I don't. Although, it does keep me from trying to leave. And you, Rocky, what can I even say? You're the most selfless friend I have here. Letting me use you in the fire pit was nice enough, but not complaining that there are 584 scratches all over you? That's true friendship. I tried at first to keep the time with Sandy, but you get 10 tally marks in her, and she lets the time just smooth it all away. Yeah, we're not friends, Sandy. I know you're listening. At least you carry the conversation, Ty. Or maybe you're asking me to shut up. All I ever hear from you is shh, 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 back and forth all day and all night. It's almost like music sometimes. Actually, you're right, Raph. With the two of you and Palms back there for shelter and support, I don't need a book. It's impossible to be lonely with friends like you.
Hello, I'm Pamela Batten Sachs, an actress and a friend of Cynthia Arsenault, a Keys playwright, who wrote this monologue entitled Guten Morgen. In it, an elderly Jewish woman asleep in her chair at her nursing home is suddenly awakened from a deep sleep by her caregiver. Oh, you scared me. I was in a dream. Oh, so real, yeah, no? Oh, awake, but not really, and wanting to stay in the dream. Yes, just maybe shut my eye for a bit more, just a minute. It was so. All right. But the dream? Yeah, okay, since you ask. I was 6 or 7, and just like in real life, Mama is waking me like every morning. Every day the same way, gently shaking and singing in her sweet voice, Guten Morgen. And every day I would hear, today has much promise, but today we shall have. So I'd shake the sleep out of my eyes as she'd sit on my bed braiding my long hair, talking about the day to come, about our chores. So they weren't so much chores to me, so maybe not the best word. I learned how to keep a kosher house, an orderly house, wash our sheets in the tub in the yard, hang them with pins on the clothesline, pare and put golden potatoes on boil into the heavy pot that was her mother's, and set the table for dinner. 2 forks, sharp knife, gleaming spoon. Every morning, as we worked side by side, she'd tell me she was proud of me, that I was a smart girl, that I would do well in the world. That made me glow inside. And then, if we had time before school, we'd run up the hill gathering wildflowers. Sometimes we'd sit on the sweet-smelling grass, watching the clouds shaped like elephants or cats, which melted into the bluest blueness. Then we'd race back to the house and she'd let me in. And just now, I was running down the hill. Just now, before I woke up, I turned and I saw her behind me laughing. Yeah. Much later, I'd look forward to the nighttime and shut my eyes and be back there with Mama. Until morning, when I would hear a Guten Morgen, but now in a woman's harsh and ironic voice, followed by Sie graben wären nicht selbst zu graben. What's that mean? Those ditches aren't going to dig themselves. And I'd start a different day with no promise.
Hi everyone, my name is Mindy Kaufman. I am the producer of this wonderful Magic Monday program. I'm also a therapeutic yoga instructor, and I'd love to share with you a few poses and breath exercises to help you in between while you're watching all of our wonderful videos that are shared by our fellow actors. So first, I'm going to have you take a nice deep breath as you inhale and exhale. Just naturally, deep breath in and exhale. Let's add the arms. Inhale, rising up. Turn your palms and exhale, come back down. Try that again, try it 3 times. Inhale, rise, and exhale, lower. One more time, inhale, and exhale. You can bring your hands together and roll your wrists in one direction and then the other, and open your hands and count your fingers backwards, and then start with your thumbs, roll your wrists. Let's lean to one side and center, and the other side and center. Look out over your shoulder, and then other side. Add your breath as you inhale and exhale. We're gonna have shoulder shrugs. Inhale and exhale. Deep breath, inhale and exhale. One more, deep breath and exhale. Okay, stand up in between the videos so you're not getting stiff. Place your hands on your chair. Lift your feet up. If you're in a hard chair, stand onto your feet and stretch up. This is a favorite stretch called a crescent pose. My fingers are interlacing and I'm going to lean to one side. Inhale and exhale. Come back in the center, open up your hands and come to the other side. Inhale and exhale. Leaning to each side, feel the side body getting long, feel your stomach elongated and stretching over to the other side. Inhale, open your hands, standing tall in a mountain pose. Open your arms, open them wide into an airplane pose. Let your knees touch and bring your hands back into a diver pose. And then bring yourself back as your hands are forward into a chair pose. And then look behind you or hold on, sit back down. Okay, and you're ready to watch. Enjoy your viewing. I look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks for being here.
Hello and welcome to Marathon Community Theater's Magical Mondays. Brought to you in part by face masks. Yes, there really is another pretty face under here. And of course, gloves from the 1950s of America. Back in business after 70 years. Thanks, COVID. Anyway, I am your host and writer of this sketch, Charlotte Garrison. And with me, as always, is my husband and technical director, Larry Garrison.
And we are just so darn excited to be part of this first ever Magical Monday event hosted by Marathon Community Theater.
Oh,
and
yes.
Let me tell you, what a theater.
What a theater.
Yeah, talk about a theater.
Talk about a theater.
Yeah, talk about a theater.
I know, right?
No, really, talk about the theater.
What? Oh, oh, of course, of course. The theater was created for lords and ladies and all of those of royal upbringing to go to a place and see theatrical performances of all types.
No.
I mean, of some types.
No.
Of certain types.
No.
Of distinct types.
No. That's not right.
What? Well, excuse me for not being 100% accurate. I mean, you're kind of putting me on the spot here.
No, the angle is not quite right.
What?
I think we're having technical difficulties
No,
here.
it's fine. We are not having technical difficulties.
I think we are. Let me see.
No, it's fine, honey. Just leave it. It's fine.
Just continue without me.
No, it's absolutely fine. Just leave it. Just leave it. All right. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. It appears that's all the time we have for this production of MCT's Magical Mondays. Brought to you in part by Large Gates. Great for gated communities and islands.
And of course, the Marathon Community Theater. Something still just isn't quite right.
No, it's just fine, honey. Please, just leave it. Munchkin, get him. Stop. Just leave it. Oh, honey, come on. Cut.
Hi, everyone. I hope you're having a good time enjoying the show. And I bet you're wondering, God, that looks like so much fun. What could I do to contribute to this Magical Monday project? Well, here's an idea. Do you have a song, an original one, a poem, a monologue, and if you need one, I'll give you Jackie's email that you can receive one from, a dance, or even a joke or a story, like a story slam that you could share with us. We would love to hear from you, our viewers, our friends, our contributors and patrons of Marathon Community Theater. So hone your skills. You know you got it in you. We've got a little extra time. I mean, what makes us happy these days? Music, laughter, connecting with each other, family and friends. All right, just send us a short clip and we will put you in our Monday program. All right, so sit back with your cold beverage and a snack and enjoy the rest of the show. Thanks for being here. Enjoy your night. Bye-bye.
This is Bry, the workout guy, rated E for entertaining, not educational. Not educational.
Hey, it's Ron, the workout guy. Look, today we're going to work on running, or to quote my good friend Ron Burgundy, yogging. So, what you want to do with running is you always want to stretch. That's why I have my stretching bucket. I got this from my local fitness store. What you do, you want to put your foot on and tie your shoe. This is accomplishing a lot of different things. First, I'm feeling a good stretch here in my deltoid and my altoid muscles. Also, it really works the fingers, because when I'm running, I got my fingers going and I don't want to blow out a pinky or a pointer finger during the run. Now, for me, it's a Monday. Monday is a 14.36 mile run. I might say, Brian, why such an odd number? It's funny you say that. When I'm running 80% mental. The other 60% is physical. So you got to work on the mental part. So when I'm in my 12.2 mile run, I'm thinking, why did I pick such a stupid number? Hey, Brian, that's pretty dumb. But anyhow, as I'm going along, I'm thinking, this 8.6 mile run is going to be tough, but eventually you finish it and you forget all about it. Next thing you want to do, put on your tunes. You want to have your tunes going, and you want to crank it. So, what I've got is my jam on, which is important. You don't want to hear anything around you. You don't want to be distracted. So now, I'm ready to go. I've stretched. I got my tunes. Let's fire it up, baby. Oh, cut.
Bry the workout guy is a fictional character made up completely. He's an idiot. He has no formal training. Don't listen to him. Please, be safe out there.
My name's Terry Israel, and I'm going to be doing a monologue. It's Terrible Being Nice by Gabriel Davis. Don't do it. Don't open that little box one more crack. Don't ask me to marry you. Shh, shh, shh. Don't say another word. Just listen. I can't let you do this to me. I mean, before I met you, I used to be such a jerk. I mean, seriously, everyone at work thought I was a huge jerk. No one actually liked me. Those people I introduced you to as my friends, they're not my friends. They're scared of me. But since being with you, I've begun to feel all warm inside, fuzzy. I find myself wanting to stroll through the park and whistle. I have these thoughts, these urges to donate to charity and help out at soup kitchens and hug people. Don't you see? Don't you see you're making me nice? And what really scares me is that you'll open that box and ask me to marry you, and I'll just nicely say yes. And then I'll be nice for life. Please, for the love of God, put that box away. I mean, the planet already has millions of nice people. It doesn't need me to. Please, stop. Don't. I'm asking you. No, I'm begging you. I'm getting down on my knees. Will you please, please not marry me?
Hello, my name's Jacob, and my wife Dianara should be joining us shortly. In the meantime, I'll just be waiting for my love and reading this nice book I found.
Hey, honey, I'm home.
Hi, wifey, where have you been?
Oh, I've been grocery shopping again.
What? Why are you wearing all that?
What? What's the big deal? They're saying to protect your face from the virus. Isn't it obvious? Because the virus gets in your nose, your mouth, your ears, and your eyes. So the mask is to protect your mouth and your nose.
Mm-hmm.
The headset, it's a dual purpose. It protects your ears, and I listen to music while shopping.
Uh-huh.
And the mask, protecting your eyes. That's why I wear all that.
Okay.
Yeah. Ugh.
Wait, what are you scratching your face for? You didn't sanitize your hands first.
What? What's the big deal? Fine, I'll sanitize my hands, but it's not like the virus can get on your hands. It's just your face.
Alrighty. So, what's with all the soda? You went to the store and just got soda?
Yeah, well, coronavirus. So my favorite beer is Corona. So I'm afraid that I'm going to get the virus if I continue drinking Corona. So instead I'm buying more soda.
Well, I guess that explains the moodiness.
What? Did you just call me moody?
No, honey. I said you're lovely. Yes. Lovelier than butterflies.
Thank you.
Leo, come here and get a treat.
Oh, I just feel so bad for Leo.
Why, babe?
Because he's got to wear that mask all the time.
Well, it was your idea. Why did you want him to wear this mask in the first place?
Well, isn't it obvious, babe? He's always out there when we walk him sniffing God knows what, and he can get the virus, so it's for his protection.
Uh-huh.
Good evening, everyone. My name is John Hunt. For the past few years, Marathon has been hosting a Story Slam. Story Slam is when people come and join together to tell stories based upon a theme for the night, and the stories are typically about some aspect of their personal lives based on that theme. And so I've been asked to do a short story in that tradition. The story I'm going to tell occurred back many years ago and was based on this car, a 1955 Oldsmobile. It was my car, and that is me as part of this story. The title of the story is Hellbent to Rustico. It was 1972, and it was the best of times, but it was also the worst of times. A group of friends and I had traveled to Prince Edward Island, Canada, to see the total eclipse of the sun that occurred that summer. And on the day of the total eclipse, we drove to the cliffs of the northwestern edge of Prince Edward Island, a couple of 100 feet above the ocean. And then the eclipse occurred. It slowly got darker. The sky color changed into crimson colors. And then finally, that moment of the total eclipse occurred, and we were all awestruck. And so were the birds in the cliffs. They all were confused. They flew out over the ocean, squawking and squawking, and it was quite the few moments. A very special day. And then, as the day went on and the eclipse was waning away, we decided that we wanted to go buy some beers to have a celebration that night. And so we said, we've got to go to the town of Rustico, and I hopped in the car. We all hopped in the car, and we were hell-bent to Rustico, driving down the back roads of the north side of Prince Edward Island until finally we went over a small creek in one of those little hump bridges, and the Silver Bullet, my 1955 Oldsmobile, slammed back down into the road, and a few hundred feet thereafter, it was no longer running. The motor was running, but nothing was happening. We were confused, and it was the worst of times. Shortly thereafter, a farmer came by and he said, "Is that your drive shaft down the road?" Well, sure enough, the drive shaft of the Silver Bullet had broken off of the car. We were in trouble. He was a very nice man, so he towed us to his farm and let the Silver Bullet be there. And then we had to figure out what to do. Well, we looked and we looked for a drive shaft, but in 1972, 1955 Oldsmobile drive shafts were not exactly a commodity that was found everywhere. And then finally, one of his neighbor farmers came to us and said, "Gentlemen, I'm just pretty sure that I've got a 1955 Oldsmobile buried belly up just over there on the edge of my property. And I use it actually as my cesspit. But you can dig into it, and I can tell you about where I think the drive shaft is." Well, we were desperate, and so we did. We got into our Wellington boots, and we dug down, and all of a sudden the shovel started hitting metal. And amazingly, there was the drive shaft of a 1955 Oldsmobile just like mine. And so I was standing in a cesspit. It was pretty smelly, but I can tell you at that moment, it was the best of times.
Hi, my name is Suzanne Turpos, and I'm playing Eileen from the play WYWH, written by Andrew Biss. I've been learning a different language. There's no end to the challenges I'm taking on these days, though this one still gets me a bit flummoxed at times, I have to confess. It's the language of the internet, and though it might seem simple in theory, it's actually quite tricky until you get the hang of it. I'm getting better, but Rocky, my online boyfriend, says I'm still a WIT. That's wordsmith in training. I was LOL when I read that. That's laughing out loud in case you didn't know. Anyway, I'm getting the hang of it, even if I do make the odd slip up like last week when Rocky wrote me and told me he'd just reached his 1-year anniversary of being clean and sober. He'd had a bit of a drinking problem in his past, apparently. Well, naturally, I felt so happy and thrilled for him, so I quickly typed back, "So thrilled for you," which I shorthanded to as STFU, thinking he'd get my drift, followed by 3 exclamation points. Sometime later, a sad face appeared on my screen, followed by the words, "Shut the F up," followed by the 3 question marks. Oh, I felt so awful. I could have just died on the spot. It certainly taught me a lesson about making up your own shorthand. Go by the rules of the road. After I'd written back to explain what I'd meant, he sent me back another emoticon of a big, beaming happy face that was wearing sunglasses, and next to it a pair of big red lips with the word "moi" written underneath it, which he'd already explained to me to be the sound that you make when you blow someone a kiss, like this. Mwah. It was ever so touching. Funny how you can feel so attached to someone who isn't really there, isn't it?
Hello, I'm Jimmy Zimmerman, and I'm going to read a monologue, Honey, I Am a Leprechaun, from the play Goodbye, Charlie by Gabriel Davis. Why can't you accept I'm a leprechaun? Look at the facts. There's a salary freeze, but I got a raise. The market took a beating, but my stocks are up. Housing values are in the toilet, just not our house. How do you explain that rainbow in the backyard? There's just lingering out there in a week of low humidity. Come on, you've got to accept this. People change, not usually into leprechauns, but this can't come as a total surprise. You're on a special K diet. I'm on a Lucky Charms diet. I developed 5 o'clock shadow at 10 a.m. We have got to get this out in the open so we can work through it. You know when I couldn't deny it anymore? After my physical, the sudden medical puzzling height loss. Remember how you comforted me? Said I was the same strapping man? But that night, when you came to bed, you mumbled in your sleep, "I love you, little fella." There it was, little fella. The truth hurt, but you reached out and took my hand the way you always do, because some things haven't changed. I know it's scary, but please accept it. Say, "Honey, I accept that you're a leprechaun," and then we can get on with the rest of our lives. What do you say? The end. Wait. The following was written by Jimmy Zimmerman. Okay. Now that my wife has left and I can get on with my wee story, as you might have noticed, not all, but some of me words are coming out with a slight Irish accent. So in order to help with my change, I have officially changed my name to Patty O'Malley. That's Patty with a D. And my wee wife's name is Patty O'Malley. That's Patty with a T. Just to speed up the process. And one day, I might even fit into one of these wee hats. You need to believe. I like green. The end. Again. On behalf of all of us here at Marathon Community Theater, thanks for watching. And please join us next week for Marathon Community Theater's Magical Monday presentation. Thank you.